ค่ะสวัสดี
ครับท่านอาจารย์ส
ค่ะ
วัสดีครับ
สวัสดี
กลับแล้วท่านอา
ค่ะ
จารย์ค่ะ
สวัสดีค่ะท่านอาจารย์
สวัสดีค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะท่านอาจารย์
So whether in Phuket or in Australia or Cambodia, morning or afternoon, seeing is just seeing, hearing is just hearing, just the same. Dharmas rising and falling away. But we build a lot of stories up about that. And does anyone have anything they would like to start with? Sally, you missed a couple of sessions. Anything you would like to bring up or discuss?
Not for now, Sarah. I will be listening. Too
At
much
the
of
end.
the
Okay.
yeah.
At the end of the discussion I think it was just last week, Nina brought up the topic of light. And because I think, Nina, you mentioned that some people, it's quite common amongst meditators to focus on light and find it important. And there were 2 or 3 aspects we discussed, but just very briefly. One was that actually the world is just light at a moment of seeing. Only the visible object that is seen is light. The rest of the time, like now, thinking about the ideas of different people, thinking about morning and afternoon, Cambodia and Australia, the world is dark at all the moments of thinking. So it seems it's light all the time, but this is because of the deep ignorance. The ignorance covers up the truth. Light covers up the darkness, but actually, most of the time, the world is dark. So it's just brief moments of light. And usually, when people just focus or concentrate on light, it's just an idea, but usually no understanding at all. If we're talking about light as an object of samatha, there has to be understanding of how the citta can be calm and what calmness is, and why light is an object of calm, but without any understanding at the beginning about what calm is. If it's just wanting to focus on an object with attachment, then it's no calm, no samatha at all. And if we're talking about the development of understanding, what appears now, if there is selecting or wishing to focus on a particular object, it's not the development of understanding that leads to the development of satipatthana. And last week, Ajahn said, who wants to have satipatthana? Because when there's trying to have satipatthana or trying to practice satipatthana, no understanding at all of what appears. And we talked about the 3 rounds of understanding, how understanding has to develop. If there's not the wise intellectual understanding and study about different dharmas, there cannot be the second round, which is the direct understanding of realities, which is the development of satipatthana. So quite a lot of topics under this subject. Maybe if there's anything you would like to discuss further, because like you said, it's an important subject for some people. So maybe it's good to discuss more and for Ajahn to talk more. Any further comments, Nina?
Well, yes, after the discussion, I did went through what I've responded to Jonathan, what Jonathan have explained to me. So one of the thing I would like to know further is, as you mentioned, it has to be the right understanding of calmness before, let's just say before starting or practicing samatha. So what's the right understanding behind calmness in order to go through a samatha in the right path?
So it has to be now, like now. Is there any understanding of whether the citta now is wholesome or unwholesome, because it can only be calm at moments of wholesomeness, at moments of wanting to be calm or trying to be calm. Then no calm at those moments. So if there's no understanding of what is wholesome and what is unwholesomeness, then there cannot be understanding of calm. But I'm going to invite Ajahn to discuss more on this topic with you.
And can I just briefly add, before Ajahn comes in, that first point is that can light be the object of satipatthana development?
Yes.
What is the reality that we call light?
Seeing as an object.
Okay,
As
so
the object of seeing. Yeah.
light can have different meanings.
Yes.
So we talk about the visible object as being light.
Yes.
What is the object of seeing is sometimes called light, sometimes called color.
Yes.
But neither of those terms is actually a very helpful description of the visible object, because the visible object is just that which is seen, just as sound is just that which is heard, without it being this sound or that sound, or originating from one source or another. And so there cannot be the experiencing of visible object without light being involved. But when people talk about the development of samatha with light, contemplation of light as object or subject matter rather, they are referring to a light rather than light in the sense of light versus dark. Right? So people in the development of samatha, there can be an image of, say, a white light. This is different from
Visible.
the light that is visible object. That light, that means visible object. So the light that is object of samatha development is a concept, not a reality. So we need to be clear in our terminology, whether we're talking about
Light
which kind of light and which kind of development.
I see. So, okay, which kind of, so the light in samatha, isn't the visible object that goes through the eye door, and then
No, it's not the visible object.
it's not the visible object.
It is the idea of light, just like with the casino, the object is earth, for example, and earth is a concept, even though it represents a reality, which is Patavi Dhatu, but the disk of earth is a concept. The earth on which houses are built is a concept, not a reality.
Okay.
So in samatha, there is contemplation of the significance of light. But I'd like to really get back to your question to Sarah. How does it all begin, the calmness? How does the understanding of the calmness begin? The only way it can begin is when there are kusala moments in daily life.
Yes.
Most of the day it's kusala, but from time to time there can be moments of kusala. Not because there is an intention to have kusala, but spontaneously arising. For example, being respectful, or being considerate to other people, or wishing for someone's welfare without it being something that one is doing deliberately. or having compassion or something. So there can be moments of kusala in
Yes.
daily life. And at such moments, the characteristic of calm will be available to be
The right.
recognized.
Mhm.
So that's how it begins, not by deciding to practice samatha.
Understood.
Right, thanks.
Thank you.
And I'd just like to say that much and then pass over to Ajahn. Ajahn, would you be ready to make some comments, please? Thank you.
No, Ajahn. To consider the truth that is happening right now.
Here as it is, right? That's why learn to let go of ignorance. Of that one reality. For example, now, seeing is there. How many moments? What about the moments before seeing and moments after seeing? Unknown. They do not appear. So now, the nimitta, the sign of seeing, which arises and falls away, are there. Unknown. That's why it's taken for something. And I see. So the teachings of the Enlightened One is the path leading to realize the truth of what is there, which is so very subtle. Before the time of Buddha, no one knew the path leading to understand the truth at this moment. But after his enlightenment, Buddha showed the way to understand what is there stage by stage. Because whatever is there is so very, very subtle. For example, seeing now arises and falls away instantly. It does not appear as it is. And how long its right understanding, little by little, closer and closer to the truth. Because the truth is that no matter what arises, that falls away instantly. Not just now, years and years before. That is Dhamma, the ultimate reality, taken for I or something by its nimitta, right? What I see now is taken for kunnina, but in truth, only that which is seen. It cannot be more than that at all. And what can be, Nina? Now, what can be? See, so how much accumulation of wrong understanding and ignorance. And the point of listening is to understand the truth of it, the first round intellectually. Now, it's only that level until the idea or wrong understanding, which takes that which is seen as something or someone, never arise again. Completely, ultimately, absolutely gone. How long? Comparing to the accumulation of ignorance and wrong understanding, years and years ago, and even today, now. That's why Buddha taught about what is the best moment in life to understand the truth. Before his enlightenment, those people could have only just the idea to be calm, and the development of tranquility or calmness is not easy at all. It can be only when it has developed to higher degree, but still no understanding the truth of what is there at all. And the way to understand the truth is not easy at all. Even listening to the truth of what is there is so very, very deep and very, very difficult to realize, even to understand it as just a reality. It's there only when it's there appearing, right? That's why one moment passes on and on and on with different realities. No time, no word that can condition the moment of understanding by one's idea or by oneself. Only the word of truth enlighten from the one who developed his great wisdom more than 1 year, a second, 100, 1,000, uncountable. To realize the truth now, seeing arises and falls away. If seeing does not arise, there can never be seeing. And as soon as it arises, it's gone. And this is the truth, the first noble truth. It needs time to time, endless, from life to life, until right understanding begins to develop firmer and firmer. That it can be realized because it's there now. So the point of listening, not to be calm or anything, but to understand the truth. That's why that is right understanding of the Four Noble Truths. Even the moment of calmness arising and falling away, whatever arises falls away. Firm confidence, satya, never change. From then on, it is satya bharami, any moment of having such understanding firmly about the truth. Now, what is there is not there anymore, just in a moment and then gone. Little by little, what is there in daily life is not known at all, right? From moment of waking up to now until the night and so on. No understanding of the truth of what is there. To be satya, truth to the truth. That's why seeing the moment of understanding the truth is so very precious. Because who knows, life is coming, or death is coming, who knows at what time. And the best moment in life, the whole life, no matter how long, the most precious moment is understanding the nature, the truth of what is there, as no one, no thing at all. So now, seeing the benefit, the precious moment of understanding what is there, it cannot be controlled. No one can make it arise at all. Only be truthful to the truth. Each moment of hearing about it, and that is satya bharami. Be truthful to the truth, to understand the truth. The truth is now to be understood. Otherwise, when it will be that which is understood, if it's not now, from now on, each moment, on and on and on. That's why we talk about that in words, seeing. It says now, even just 2 sentences, how much understanding. Seeing is there now, see, so close, but it's so subtle that it's not understood at all. As what is it? It's there only when it appears. And in truth, even it is now appearing, so many moments arising and falling away by way of nimitta, of one reality, seeing. So each word letting go of wrong understanding, clinging. How long in a day to understand whatever is that each moment? No selection, no expectation, because expectation does not bring or condition understanding, just expect. But the truth is not just expected. It's there, so real. When it's there, realizing no one there at all. Each word is beyond imagination. How many moments now experience how many objects as something uncountable around right now. But in truth, just one object appears to one moment of that which experiences it only and gone, never to arise again in the circle of birth and death, samsara, only once in samsara. But ignorance cannot understand the truth. It seems like it's there all the time to be object of clinging. See, that's why it's the second noble truth. What conditioned the first noble truth? Until it's the moment of the third truth. By many, many moments, uncountable moments of developing understanding of what is there enough to make it appear to be known. Now, what covers the truth? Ignorance, attachment. Take it for something as the word of atta, all are atta, until all of them appear as anatta. Nothing is left to be taken to be atta. How long? So it needs truthfulness, satya barami. Otherwise, we just learn about the word, about the way by word. But now, the understanding each moment is the path, is the way to understand the truth little by little. So very subtle. We talk about samadhi, it's there now. And the other jitsika, mental factor, the factor of enlightenment, has to be learned in order to understand it. No matter what is there, can be studied, can be understood, what is there to be known and what is not there, appearing to be known, even is there. See, just about the truth, the ultimate truth, any moment. That's why Buddha said all dhammas are anatta. And anatta is not anything, no one at all. Just one characteristic of a conditioned reality arising and falling away, each different one. So which one can be taken for I or anything? The I is the I, right? It cannot be the teeth. See, so very simple in life that hasn't been known before. To be known what is what. Because from head to toe, it can be chopped up into very tiny atom. See, no one at all. From the eye, the ear, the nose, the tongue, the body, nothing. Only hardness or whatever is there appearing. Is that true? Even no one chop it up, break it up. But at moment of death, different from now. What we take for body cannot do anything at all. See, because in truth, even right now, the body is the body. It cannot be that which experiences the object. It cannot be seeing, hearing, liking, eating, and so on at all. That's why learn to understand the ultimate truth even right now before death. Exactly the same. But the condition to be alive is different from the body, which is not life at all. Life. That's why what is that which experiences the object? What is that which cannot experience anything? All are there now. They can be known little by little, one by one. So begin to understand that Buddha said, Dhammas are divided, or the truth of it. There are two kinds of Dhamma. One is that which arises but cannot experience anything at all. We take it for the tree, the sky, the sun, the star, hardness, color, different visible objects. They cannot experience anything at all. But there are different realities which are real. They are conditioned to experience the object. Different characteristics, memory, experience the object. Do you remember me? See, it's not you, but remembrance, the memory, a reality which cannot do anything else, just arise to remember. All are dhammas. So there are two different kinds. One is that which cannot experience anything at all, and the other, it arises to experience only. One characteristic of that which is the reality, which arises and experiences an object. As the chief, what does it mean? As the chief, it means that there are other realities which arise and experience the object, but not that one, which just experience the characteristic clearly anytime. So the world appears different color, white, black, pink, and so on, because that citta, that reality, which is achieved, experiences it so clearly, even it's so very, very faint or very, very strong, appearing as something so bright and something so very little. See, there must be that characteristic, which is whatever is there, experience, the chief of that which experienced that object is one. And Buddha used the term citta, or mano, or hataya. See, just not forget the understanding about nama, the reality which experiences an object, and rupa, any kind of reality which does not experience anything. Smell cannot experience anything. Hardness cannot experience the object at all. What is there now? Nama and rupa only. So differently conditioned each moment to be different. They cannot be the same, arising and falling away and arise again and fall again. Different one by conditions. Seeing that right now is not seeing a moment ago. And the moment which followed is moment of seeing. See, all of them are so very temporary, just arise and falls away, never to return at all. So which one is taken? Which one is I? None at all. But ignorance is there. Not being able to understand, to realize the truth. So it conditions clinging, attachment, wanting that object. It seems like one is bored of something. But what about seeing? Anyone is bored of seeing? Not any day, not any moment. See, it is the way conditioned by ignorance again and again and again. So how much accumulation of ignorance and attachment. So at moment of being kusala, there must be tranquility because there is a cetasika, saddha cetasika, arises with each moment of kusala because it's clear and clean whatever is there, not to be a kusala. How many moments today? Comparing to moments of attachment, ignorance, uncomparable. That's why lives go on by paticca samuppada, avijja, ignorance, conditioned sankhara, attachment and clinging and wanting, expecting. So life keeps on by conditions until all conditions or just the condition for ignorance and attachment and wrong understanding of self can be eradicated, never to arise again, never to arise again. How can it be that moment when it has been from time to time, moment to moment, years and years, full of ignorance and attachment, cannot arise again? That's the teaching of the enlightenment. He just didn't say it is like that, but he showed the way that he had developed before becoming enlightened to the truth. So the way for understanding, developing what is there as it is so very subtle. It's now, any moment of understanding. It's not by doing this or doing that or sitting or practicing or be calm. Not like that at all. That's why I listen to the word of the Buddha and develop the understanding of the truth, which is so very subtle. So very subtle. Never forget this, because the word cannot describe in detail so very subtle. But the consideration of the truth can be developed. For example, Dhamma, everything, because Dhamma is real. Whatever is real is Dhamma for sure. Hardness is real. It's a Dhamma. It cannot be the hair or the shoe or the arm. It is just hardness. That is the ultimate truth. Is that true? Until it's the word of Dhamma, not the word of anything at all. Because it is not, it's nothing, not anything, but we think that it's something until the truth shows up. The sound gone. Without hearing, can the sound be known, experienced? Impossible. So it's the word of anatta, not just some, but all. Not just now, anytime. Not only here, anywhere, anywhere. See, Dhamma. And this is the first round of the Four Noble Truths. Not the second round and not the third round. It's the first round, easy, simple. Oh, it's so very, very, very difficult. Even the word, the meaning of the word, we think in word as we know. But the truth of the word is deeper than that. When at moment of touching, there are many different levels of hardness. See, that's why there has the word for each level of hardness, very rigid, like the mountain. And but what about just the soft food? It's hard, but not as the mountain, and so on. Each reality is many conditions that different by conditions, but all of them Buddha taught, because is there any time which can be known, which can be realized? But there must be conditions for whatever arises. Right understanding at the level of realization, the truth now is far away. From here, seeing at the eye, hearing at the ear, hardness at moment of touching, what is there right now, so close. That's why Buddha taught about the development of understanding, what are the needed, not only panya, because panya also conditioned too. And all cetasikas, mental factor, arising together, performs its function sharper and sharper, keener and keener, wiser and wiser, before it can realize the truth. Is it true? And that is such a parami.
I'm just wondering about Herbert because it's his first time here. Herbert, you had your video on a short while ago. I don't know if you're still listening. Herbert's in Germany, and I'm wondering if you have listened to the Dhamma much before, or whether this is all very new for you. Are you there still? Maybe he's left the room. Oh, there you are.
Yeah, it's
Hi,
okay.
Herbert.
Hello.
So Ajahn has been speaking in a lot of depth about a lot of detail. I don't know whether this is all new to you or whether from Kun Om, whether you have heard some Dhamma before.
Oh, sorry, I don't understand.
He understand a little English, but
Okay.
yes,
Yes. Just only German mainly. Yes.
yes,
And
but
and
hearing understanding.
okay. And whereabouts in Germany are you, Kun Om?
We live in South Germany, yes,
In the
and
south?
the
In the
south,
south,
yes.
Yes.
in the Black Forest.
In the Black
Germany,
Forest.
Black-
Okay,
Black
very
Forest.
beautiful area. Yes.
Yes.
You know that?
And I've been there. We've been there. Yes.
Okay.
We used to do a lot of hiking in that area. Yes. Very
Okay.
beautiful. And when Ajahn talks about how there are just these two kinds of realities in life, those realities that experience an object and those realities that don't experience anything. For example, we think we see people, we think we see the countryside in the Black Forest, we think we see the computer screen, but we learn that actually it's just color or just visible object that's seen. And then so quickly there's thinking about all the colors, the shapes, the ideas. So mostly there is life in the mind door. And we think I see, I hear, but actually they're just moments of seeing, moments of hearing, moments of thinking. In truth, no self, no thing to be found, because there are
Yes.
just these different realities that experience and those which are experienced. So we learn about them, as Ajahn was explaining, to actually understand no one here at all, no thing here, just moments of seeing color, moments of hearing sound, and endless thinking about different ideas and stories. Does this make some sense to you, Herbert?
You make sense?
Yes, I I think.
And
Not full understand, but
no,
and anytime more understand.
it's not full understanding for anyone because
Yeah.
the
Yes.
understanding
First,
has to begin and develop a little by considering.
yes.
Ajahn was talking about stages of understanding. So if we have never heard about different realities in life now, such as seeing, hearing, pleasant feeling, unpleasant feeling, thinking, no one that is seeing, no one that is thinking, no one who has pleasant feeling, without hearing about these different realities, then there will never be any understanding of them.
Yes.
So this is why without hearing about the truths that the Buddha's taught, there's no
Yes.
way for the ignorance to be overcome and for the attachment to be understood as the cause of all the difficulties in life. And Kun Om, do you listen to the Thai discussions as well?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
good.
Too
Anyway,
much
very glad that,
every
very
day.
good. Very glad you've joined us. And any topic you would like to bring up or any comment you would like to add to what has been discussed so far?
I not all understand. Sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Yes.
It's the same for everyone, just little bit, little bit. And one other person who is very new here,
Okay.
Dani, but I can't see her
Okay.
now.
Be here.
Okay, bye-bye.
I can't see Dani in.
She's here, but she's just not, like she didn't turn her camera on.
Hello.
Oh,
Yeah.
oh,
I'm
hello,
here.
Kundani. Yes, yes. I thought I'd seen
Sorry,
your
hello
picture.
everyone.
Yes.
The baby,
So
the baby is still in my arms. So listen and also feeding the baby.
good, good. Oh, well, this is daily life. Like sometimes we have to get
Yeah.
up to prepare the food or change the laundry. So it's daily life. Life has to go on. And Dani, so Ajahn was speaking in detail about different kinds of realities and understanding the truth. So no matter what the topic that is brought up, light or any other topic, actually, what about the truth now to be understood? Do you have any questions or comments about what Ajahn was saying, or were you able to follow it for the most part, Dani?
Yes, I can follow it most of the part. I have no question at the moment, but I believe that when we say it's really easy, but understand it deeply, and it or try to understand it through realities of the Dharma is not easy. We need to learn, listen again and again. Today we have opportunity to have a discussion. We seem like we know, but will not stay longer as a normal man like us. We need to come back and try the best to restudy again and again, listen again and again. But yes, that's what I can share, and thank you so much, Ajahn. That's very meaningful. Thank
Yes,
you,
very well
Sarah.
said, Danny. And sometimes when someone is new to the discussions like Herbert, we may think it's because, oh, my language isn't good enough or some points are not clear. But actually, it's like that for everyone because the language of Dharma, the language of understanding realities, is very deep and very difficult, no matter whether one is an English speaker, Cambodian speaker, or German speaker.
Sure.
It's very subtle and very deep. And like you say, the more understanding, the more one realizes how much ignorance there is, how little understanding there really is. So just beginning to understand a little. Okay, does anyone else have any comments or anything they would like to bring up today? Gillian, do you have any comments or anything you'd like to bring up today, or do you prefer just to listen?
I do have a question. I live in the world of concepts, but I'm pretty sure I'm not having any moments of awareness, but never mind. But I was curious to know if calmness is, well, like what is it? Is it just when your body feels good? Like Ajahn said, the body is not experiencing anything, but in a way, it would be very good if we were all experiencing the Dhamma and we'd all be very calm and presumably we'd all be very healthy. I don't know. But anyway, I'm interested in this calmness, or is it just a concept?
It's a reality, as we've discussed, only at moments of wholesomeness, like as Jonathan mentioned, at moments of kindness or compassion or respect or goodness, at moments of understanding. Calmness is there, but it's just for a moment. And it's quite different from what we think conventionally as calmness, such as when walking through a beautiful forest and everything being very pleasant and enjoyable. That is the pleasant feeling with attachment that is usually taken for calmness. So calmness is a mental factor, a cetasika. So it's always a mental, it's never physical, it's never the body that is calm, because the rupas, we talked about the rupas last time, such as sound, visible object, hardness of the body, hardness outside the body. These rupas, these realities cannot experience anything. So they are never calm. So the calmness is always a mental factor that arises with moments of wholesomeness. So even if one's very sick and there's a lot of bodily pain and discomfort, but at moments of wholesomeness, moments of consideration for the others, moments of kindness, there is calmness. So it can be any time. But as I mentioned earlier, as soon as there's trying to be calm, wishing to be calm, focusing on light to be calm, then no calm, because it's I trying, wishing, wanting. So moments of clinging, moments of attachment, no calm at those moments. And like you said, most of the day, we live in the world of concepts. There's thinking about all the stories about here and there and what we had for lunch and what we're doing and where we're going and so on, so on. Very little calm in the day, because most of the day, this thinking of ignorance and attachment and aversion. So no calm at those moments, no matter whether one's healthy or unhealthy, sick or not sick. The calm, it depends on the nature of the chitta and the other wholesome factors. But again, maybe Ajahn would like to say more about calm. The cetasika is called passaddhi cetasika. Passaddhi cetasika, calmness.
It's not easy by oneself to know what is there at all, but it can be known little by little. For example, when one is getting angry, is it calm? Being angry, is it calm? Begin to know the difference little by little until it's not anyone. It is just a reality conditioned to be angry. At that very moment, no one. without such proper condition to be calm, to be anger, no anger at all, right? And at moment of liking, wanting so much, is it calm? Learn little by little to understand the moment which is not calm. But even there's no anger or there's no attachment, it depends on whether there is other unwholesome realities. But what can be known little by little is the moment of anger and the moment of attachment. It's not calm at all, little by little. But the truth is so very, very subtle. It's more than that. To know the difference between the moment of even not clinging very strongly, but even it's there, so very weak, it's there. Mine, even a pencil, see, my pencil, is that attachment? Attachment to that, attached to that pencil or pen, isn't it? Unknown, that it cannot be calm at that moment, but it's so very weak, it's not as strong as to be known, like other moments when it's so strong. That's why learn to understand different levels of different reality. Ego, unknown, very little, until it's so very strong. So learn to understand the subtlety of the difference between kusala, wholesomeness, and akusala, unwholesomeness, until it can be known as it is, little by little. For example, seeing. Is seeing wholesome or is it unwholesome? Because the reality, which is the chief of experiencing, there are many different levels to different levels. It does mean that like the kusala or akusala, but different experience moment. For example, at moment of seeing something and you don't like it, stronger, or not that level yet. So now, is there attachment to what is there appearing, or none at all? When it's so weak,
Yes.
unknown, because there are many degrees of unwholesomeness. Let's talk about unwholesome first, because when there is the understanding of what is unwholesome, it's different from wholesomeness. What is known in a day? Wholesome moment or unwholesome moment? What can be known? Until learn about it little by little. At moment of sleeping, is it kusala or akusala, or not kusala, no akusala? Being fast asleep, fast asleep, is the one who is sleeping at that moment be kusala or akusala, or not kusala, no akusala at all? Because at moment sleeping, is there the thinking of I'm sleeping, or not at all?
No, you don't. You don't think
That's,
when you're sleeping.
that's why we learn at moment of deep sleep, no kusala and akusala arising. Is it true? So at that moment,
Yes.
it's the result of karma to be moment of sleeping, not seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, thinking at all. That's why we learn to understand in a day, in life, different moments of kusala, wholesomeness, akusala, unwholesomeness, and the moment which is not kusala and it's not either akusala. It is the result of the deeds that has been done strong enough to condition its result. That's why we learn little by little what is there, what are we, what is that person or this person in truth. They are all different dharmas because each moment, each reality is conditioned to arise and gone following instantly, never to arise again. Consider little by little to understand the truth of anatta, not anyone, nor anything at all. Is it possible? Not wholesome, no unwholesome. It's only the result of the wholesome deeds or speech which can condition the result of it. That's why I learned about the first moment in life. At that moment, is it you, this name, this person, this personality? At moment of birth, or not anyone, not any name yet.
Yes.
Only the first moment cannot be kusala or akusala at all, because it's the result of the deeds that has been done to condition the citta, the reality, and it collects all the other karma which can condition result in that life. Because uncountable deeds, but which one can condition its result in such life? The life of bird, of worm, of human being, of deva, different by conditions. So we learn about one reality like citta, the chief of experiencing the object. There are many different levels, kusala, akusala, and the result has to be the result of kusala karma, deeds, or akusala karma, deeds. From birth, learn to understand what is there is not anyone, but it's the reality which is conditioned to be living being, different from the tree, the star, the moon. Is that right?
Yeah.
They're all there in life, but unknown as they are at all. That's why learn to understand the truth little by little. What is there? Can seeing last? See, can hearing last? Nothing can last,
No.
but it's shorter than anyone can expect. Seeing just a moment. Before seeing, there's no seeing, right? And the moment before seeing must go on before seeing can arise. Never be the same moment. No one beginning to understand what is meant by no one at all. Is that true?
Yes.
See, learn
Yes.
to have confidence, satya parami, of the truth, little by little, until it's enough to condition its result. So we don't have enough time to study, to understand what is there. But it can be done little by little, as much as there is talking, reading, hearing, considering about the truth of what is there each moment. Because it's there, so it can be known. The truth of it can be realized stage by stage. Beginning from understanding what is Dhamma, what is real, no matter what What is real? In another language, it is Dhamma. Dhamma is whatever is real. Why is real? How do we know that it's real? Because it has its own characteristic appearing to be known. What is seen? Different colors. Is it real? Different color. Or even one color. Is it real? Real or not real? Color.
Color is,
yeah, it's
that's
seen
real,
now.
isn't it?
Is it
Yeah.
seen now? Is it seen now? What is seen now? Begin to understand the ultimate truth. What is seen? Only different colors. Is that right?
Yes.
Or we can say visible object. Is it real?
Yes.
So it's a Dhamma. Learn to
Yes.
understand what is Dhamma, not the word, but the truth. So what is seen, visible object, is real. And it has its, and the word for it to be known is there. For example, visible object or color. No thought about other thing. Only that which is there now seen. A reality. Is it that which can experience the object or that which cannot experience anything at all? Learn to be truthful to the truth. See, is it what
Yes.
kind? What kind of reality?
The seeing is a reality, but the thing you see is not. No, it's a rupa.
So what is seen now? Real or not real?
It's real.
So what is it which is real at moment of seeing? What is seen?
The visible object is
See,
real.
even we don't say visible object, but it is seen. It's there real because it's seen. It has the characteristic of just be that which can be seen. A kind
Yes.
of rupa, see.
So
No
but
one
if I didn't see it, then
someone see
it's
it.
still.
Or can it be seen by the other, by other seeing?
Yes.
So is it real, that which is seen? Now it's there, seen. And this,
That's a. For me, it's not real. Well, I'm not me either, am I?
next time,
Yes, I'll just.
shall we talk about that which is seen again, whether it's real or not? Careful considering what is seen, because there is seeing, there must be that which is seen. And that which is seen is so real because now it's seen, right?
Yeah. Yes.
It's not just thinking about different colored books or shoes, but it's that which appears now to be seen. So it's real, it's there. A Dhamma. So there can be a little more understanding what Dhamma is there in a day, whether it's that which experiences the object or that which cannot experience the object. And this is the study of Dhamma, because each moment in life is Dhamma, different kinds of Dhamma. No one there. All Dhammas are anatta. So there can be a little more understanding of each moment, whether what is it as not self or anyone at all, little by little. And I think that it's time now. สวัสดีค่ะ
Thanks.
Maybe it's not quite time yet. 6. We have another 25 minutes. Ajahn.
Yes, not quite time
I
yet.
thought about the other program. Yeah, Yeah.
สวัสดีค่ะอาจารย์ Thank you อาจารย์
we finish in half an hour, not quite yet, so we can carry on.
So shall we carry on?
Yes, we have another half hour, Jan.
Yes,
please.
Finish on the hour. I was going to just say to Julie, is Julie still here? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Julie. And so when we say, yes, it's true, there's thinking all the time, living in the world of concepts. But usually we think that it's I living in the world of the concepts, I thinking and dreaming all the time. But actually, just moments of thinking arising and falling away. So it's not I living in the world of concepts, not I seeing, not I hearing, not I that has so much ignorance, just different namas and different rupas, different namas that think and see and hear and calm and agitated and ignorant and so on. And different rupas, as you mentioned, the realities that don't experience anything. So now there's thinking about concepts on and on with ignorance, but it's not my thinking, not my ignorance. So this is the main point in considering more about the different realities for the purpose of understanding none of them belong to me. And actually, it's like a relief. Yes, it's not my ignorance or my attachment. They're just dhammas that arise and fall away of no significance. All gone.
As regards concepts, we need to remember, Julie, that it is of the nature of the mind to think about what has been seen and heard, smelt, tasted and touched and remembered. If that weren't the case, then no one could live in this world. So even for the enlightened being, there are still thinking in concepts. But of course, there's a big difference because the fundamental understanding has changed. And there has been the realization that the reality is nothing to do with the concepts, but is the fundamental dhammas that we talk about, like seeing invisible object, but which you and I have not yet fully understood. So the concepts are not the baddies, is what I'm wanting to say. The problem is the ignorance and the wrong view and the lack of developed understanding. Because when understanding has been developed, well, they're still thinking in concepts too. So don't worry about the fact that there are concepts. Thanks.
Zita, do you have any comments to add to the discussion or anything you would like to bring up?
Not really, Sarah. I'm having trouble with the lighting in here. It's a very sunny room, but the computer screen's really dark, so I'm just trying to work it out.
You're having trouble with the light, but not with the visible object.
No, there's
not the visible object.
Plenty of visible object. It's the light. Yeah, good one, John. Yeah, it's the light. Yeah.
The story about the light and the visible object.
Yeah, just to continue on from, I think it was last Monday, maybe it was Saturday, when I brought up the Mula Pariyaya Sutta, and I've still slowly going through the commentary, going back over it, and the commentary goes through each and every aspect of it. But with those three conceivings, there's the clinging, the mana, or the conceit, and the views. And I'm finding it really, really, really helpful. So I don't have a question about it, but, just encourage anyone who's if they're interested in it, just to go through that commentary. I'm finding it really, really wonderful. Thank you to Bhikkhu Bodhi's translations. Yeah.
Yes, it's an excellent translation. And we
Yes.
discussed last time the word manyati, the thinking with attachment, with conceit or wrong view. And it's the same as the papancha, the proliferations that, so when, like Jilly mentioned, living in the world of concepts, living in the stories, living in the ideas, it's actually with the papancha or the manyati, just thinking all the time endlessly with attachment, with conceit, with wrong view, on and on and on. But none of it belongs to you or me. And taking the hardness that is touched for being something, a person, a table, we don't appreciate how much clinging there is, as well as ignorance at those moments.
Yes, it goes through everything. You know, even the gods, the gods, and it's truly amazing. So very much appreciating it. So
when there's a taking of this hardness for me, for someone, then there's a taking of the other hardness for someone else, or for gods, or for other beings, endlessly, all because of just not understanding hardness as it is, heat as it is, different realities as they are, taking them for something, someone all the time.
The me in earth, or me apart from earth, me, I can't remember them, but there's those four things, and it goes through every reality with those four things. And because of those, we conceive this is mine, or we think we're better than or not as good as. And then, of course, there's wrong view because of we're taking it for something which it isn't.
Right.
So
and people people don't appreciate the ataditi. It's not just about I and you, but something here, something touched, something experienced, the finger, the arm, something that is experienced.
Yes. So I still haven't finished the commentary, so I'll probably just go over and over it because it's really good info, and it is helping, I think, in daily life to sort of, when there's events happening, it comes to me, oh look, there's clinging to this. I'm not saying there's developed understanding, but the thinking, because I've been reading this, it helps with thinking how things are. So it's helpful in daily life, then thinking, oh look, that person, I'm better than that person. Oh, mana.
It comes in so quickly all the time.
Oh, so quickly,
Yes.
So quickly. Yeah. So,
but better to know, and it doesn't belong to me or you or anyone.
Right. Yeah, so much better to know. Otherwise, life gets very, very messy and angry and whatever. So thanks, Sarah.
Thanks, Azita, and I appreciate your good friendship, encouraging Jilly and others to join the discussions. This is the best friendship, helping others and assisting with the Dhamma. So I appreciate it.
Right, thank you.
Does anyone? Go ahead, Eve.
Oh, yes. Pretty much goes without saying, but the reference to thinking and the mental and so on is that as far as the bases or Vatu go, people will sort of revert to the appendage on top of the neck as the brain. That's where thinking is, but there's no reference to that the 6 bases are eye, ear, nose, tongue, body, and heart, and that the chitta and cetasika arise at the Hridaya. I mean the heart base, Hridaya Vatu, if you will. But just a little tag on there, that's all. Thank you. Please excuse me.
That's right. What we take for brain is another idea or concept. What is touched is hardness. What is seen through a microscope is visible object, different visible objects that come to be referred to as a brain because of different shapes and colors and so on. But again, living in the world of concepts. So yes, the seeing arises at the eye sense, the hearing at the ear sense. And apart from seeing, hearing, smelling, tasting, touching, all the other chitas arise at the Hadiawatu, the tiny heart base. But at the moment of understanding, seeing, no thought about heart base.
Excuse me, sir, if no one has a question, I would like to add, let's just say this as a question. As we know, the reality of dosa causes tears. I'm just wondering that because they're somehow in the conventional world, we say tears of joy. Like for example, if we're so happy that there's tears. So my question is, can kusala citta comes with baite, which is cetasika, which is samano, can cause tear?
It's amazing how often this question comes up. Like sometimes people say, oh, when they're walking around the holy places in India, there's tears with wholesome piti, with joy, or so on. But the chitas arise and fall away so quickly. So who can say, like when one sees one's long lost relative and there are tears of joy, but moments of happy feeling and sad feeling and overwhelmed with, who can say whether it's kusala or akusala at which moment. So I couldn't say. I don't know if Ajahn would like to add any more to this or any of the other points.
What can be known is now only. But we can talk about the truth of all kinds of Dhamma just to understand when it's there, right? If we don't talk about it when it's there, how can it be known? But the truth is that it cannot be realized if it's not there. We just talk about the future, but it does not appear to be known yet. But now we can talk about anything to understand the truth when it's there. When it's time to realize the truth, to begin to understand the nature, the characteristic of this very moment, any kind of reality, because we have learned about it. No doubt about the characteristic of that which experiences the object. No word, because understanding is there already, right? Each moment is so very subtle. At moment of thinking about the word, it experiences the object. It's not the understanding of the characteristic of seeing or that which experiences the object. Stage by stage, little by little, what is not known yet, but is learned little by little, to understand when it's there instantly by condition. Now there is touching, there is hardness, but not any understanding that it's a Dhamma, different ones. Hardness is not that which experiences hardness, right? We talk about it to instantly, whatever condition to realize can be the seeing or that which is seen. Everything appears to be known as anatta, little by little, and that's the point of understanding all kinds of Dhamma. Just learn to understand the truth when time comes, when the conditions to realize it is ready. But the firm confidence of the truth now that it can be known. when Panya is strong enough, keen enough, clear enough to understand even now that which has risen. It has risen. What is it? Until it's there, keener and keener, clearer and clearer, the anotherness of all kinds of reality, different ones, because understanding a lot about this and that, different realities, citta and cetasikas, in daily life. So natural. So it depends on conditions. Now, it's there. But ignorance is there, covers up the truth. Asava is there. No understanding of seeing. So it's I, instantly. I see, even no word. So when there is the reality arising by conditions, appears as it is, no word at all. Do not have to repeat that it's seeing, it's that which experiences the object. Because right understanding is strong enough, keen enough to realize when it's there instantly. But now it's there, no realization, because of not enough understanding, right? So the enlightenment can arise any moment when conditions for its arising is ready. When Sariputta listened to Asachi, it's time, proper time, ready to understand the truth. So it's not under anyone's control or expectation, but to let go the idea of I will do, or I can do, because that is the understanding of any kind of reality enough to let go of the idea of thinking about it only, but realizing the nature of it when it's time, right now, any reality right now. No expectation when it's not yet realized. It's not yet realized. But when it's time, when it's not realized by conditions, right? Anatta. And when it's there realized by condition, different conditions. Anatta. Not under anyone's control. Can you control? Can anyone control? By conditions. Learning to let go at moment of understanding. By conditions. Or any kind of reality about the nature of what is there, little by little, conditioned moment of realization, the truth, but not at level of just intellectual understanding right now. Patience, parami, see, khanti parami. Without this moment, there cannot be khanti parami developed to consider again and again, begin again and again, because it's that so short. And avijja and attachment and other kinds of akusala is there. Covered up the truth instantly of akusala moment. That's why we learn about different kinds of citta. Born arises to be kusala, or arises to be akusala by condition, or arises to be the result, vipaka, by conditions, arises to be not kusala, not akusala, not vipaka, kiriya, for chati of citta. All these understanding, this and that condition gradually, unknowingly, how it works, how every reality works. Citta cannot perform the other reality's function. It has to perform only its function when it's there by condition. The moment before citta cannot see. The moment after citta cannot see. See? By conditions. Developing a little by little, to have Satya Barami of seeing. Seeing cannot be the moment before it's arising or the moment after it's arising. Is it true? And this is Satya Barami. When it's true, understanding that it's true is Satya Barami. When there will be a little more understanding, no one knows. That is Satya Barami too. No one knows. See, each moment of understanding, developing the Satya firmer and firmer. Is it true? See, when there is the idea it's not true, can it be Satya Parami? And can Satya Parami be anyone? See, all Dhammas are real. Paramada Dhamma, Satya Dhamma, Ariya Satya Dhamma, when it's realized. So is this moment Parami? It's not far away. What we are talking about is now, each moment.
Ajahn, I
think
think
the
it
main
is here each, sorry, Sarah, just the moments are here and they are real. It's just that there's not enough understanding, not enough panya to know what the reality is.
And that is Satya Parami, isn't it?
Well, yes, I guess so.
So firm about the truth, little by little, more and more. Very subtle.
Well, I think the more I hear, the more real it seems that there is just the present moment. There is no other moment. This moment arises, gone. And it feels like it's more real each time I hear you speak about this present moment. So I very much appreciate it, Ajahn. Thank you.
And that is moment of Parami develops. Each moment of understanding and more confidence and more patience, see, of anatta to realize the truth of what is there as it is. Dhamma or Dhamma. So now it's time.
it's time, Ajahn.
Time's up now.
So